everybody. This is Director Lavarello coming to you from the home office of the School Safety Advocacy Council. It's been my office here for about the last 3 months, as many of you know, with our new normal. Coming to you today for kind of an informal talk about what's coming up with our 2020 National School Safety Conference, and just some things that hopefully will help you as you move forward in your planning. A couple of things first. One, I know we've gotten a lot of calls yesterday, and our office is getting more calls today with regard to the cancellation of the National School Resource Officer Conference by NASRO in Dallas, Texas. And we're trying to help as many of you as we can. The airlines have been working very cooperatively. For those of you who have already switched your airlines over to try to come down to Miami at the end of the month. And again, we're offering some real nice incentives for our conference this year in Miami, especially if you're coming from anywhere in the country. If you purchase a registration, you get a second registration absolutely free. If you're a school resource officer and you're coming down to the conference, we think that training is so important and critical that you can also go online and take our National Basic SRO course absolutely free with your paid registration to the conference. The Advanced SRO course will be happening at the conference as well, as we do every year. So it's going to be a win-win for everybody involved. We're sorry that NASRO was in that position that they were in, and we want to help as many of their attendees as we possibly can to get them in. The Doral Resort in Miami has a lot of space, and so we're looking forward to that event. Couple of things. COVID. I know it's a tough word. In Florida, like many other states, are looking at the increased number of those testing positive. I can assure you this. First of all, we want you to travel or not travel to your comfort level. We totally understand there are those there who are worried in these times, and we fully respect that if you're not going to be coming to the event this year. But I want to assure you there are a couple of things. I am certainly not, those of you who know me, I'm not a doom and gloom person. And so just to put some perspective on it, it's terrible anytime there's a loss of life for anything, whether it be car accidents, whether it be cancer, heart, or even in this case, COVID. Couple of things. Just today, I went on to the Florida Department of Health website. We've had 1,981,000 tests here in our state. As of this morning, 1,821,000 of those tests have come back negative. The positives, the 158 or so thousand positives, most of them, the vast majority, over 98%, I believe, are going to recover fully. And of course, in our prayers for those who are not. But I don't think at this point, as we move forward as an organization, we can sit and throw school safety to the back burner. We have a lot of schools coming back this year, all over the country. And they're coming back to a situation that's going to be incredibly different that they left back in March. Kids are going to be full of anxiety. They're going to have maybe relocated. They're going to maybe have lost a loved one in this whole ordeal. There's some of the protesting issues going on in this country. All of this is this pent-up frustration and anxiety is going to be unleashed in our nation's schools in just a few weeks. And how ready schools are across this country is going to be an extremely difficult thing to measure now. But if they're not prepared, if you've sat back and said, hey, we're going to push school safety to the back burner and not worry about this, you may be in for a big surprise. One issue just alone to think about. For the last 2 years, we've been pushing everybody to make sure they have their safe space in their classrooms where all the kids can huddle up together in the event of an active shooter. Now we're telling everybody to socially distance 6 feet apart. Schools are struggling with tough decisions like that, and that's where we've stepped in to help. We're currently contracted with about 18 school districts right now on a number of things, school safety assessments, as well as one of our newest contracts is we're helping school districts that are looking at eliminating their school policing program, which that's not necessarily the time to look at this right now. Are there problems with some of the programs out there? Absolutely. We want to be in the step and say, hey, if there's a problem with your program, fix your program and move on. But the vast majority of school resource officer programs are successful because of the talent of the officer that's there. There's a reason on my Facebook page I have over 50 former students that write me now as adults, and they have kids. Perhaps because of the relationship I shared with them and the respect I paid them when I was an officer at a school back in the 80s. Yeah. So anyway, take a look at the website, schoolsafety911.org. Know that we are moving forward. The Doral Resort in Miami is incredible. They just finished a successful conference last week. The conference attendees there, I spoke to several of them. They said they had a great time. There are going to be some differences at the conference. There are going to be social We're under 3 guidelines for this conference. We're under the CDC guidelines. We're under the State of Florida Department of Health guidelines, as well as the Miami-Dade County guidelines. But when you arrive at the Doral, you're going to arrive at a resort that's a 5-star property. The pools are open. The restaurants are open. We're going to have great training. You're going to be safe. When you arrive, you're going to get a packet at the front desk that's going to have a mask. It's going to have some hand sanitizer. You're going to see a different resort in terms of being able to move through this healthfully. And you're going to have a great experience, and you're still going to learn everything you would learn at one of our conferences. We're confident of that. So that being said, if there's anything my office or our organization can do for you to make this transition over to our conference, it's July 27th through August 1st, Miami, Florida, at the Trump National Doral Resort. We're looking forward to hosting you. We're looking forward to your agency taking part in this conference. And again, thank you. Be safe. And we look forward to getting back to normal here. Thanks again.